All right, and we are back here on the GSMC football podcast. And for the final part of the show, we're going to now preview tonight's game between the Chargers and the Raiders. So, yeah, this matchup's not very enticing. This is what gets us started on Week 15, another lackluster Thursday night game. And there's a decent amount of injuries going into this game. So, along with Justin Herbert, there's going to be no Keenan Allen. And I just looked on Sleeper, and right now, as of 10 minutes ago, it says that Josh Jacobs' status is in doubt for the Raiders. So if that's the case, Amir White, Amir Abdullah are going to split carries for the Raiders if he doesn't play. So that kind of changes my pick a little bit because, yeah, both teams, backup quarterbacks. Easton Stick, when he came in, did not play well against the Broncos. We'll see what I mean, it's a short week, but we'll see how he plays now this week. Devontae Adams is expected to play. He was dealing with an illness, but yeah, we got some guys banged up going into this game. Obviously, earlier in the season, everybody was probably like, all right, we're going to see Herbert against Garoppolo. Yeah, and we're going to see O'Connell versus Stick. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So, yeah, the Raiders right now, they're favored by 3. The over-under is 34.5. So bet however you want to with those numbers. So to look at the league rankings, obviously, the Raiders, with the Chargers, it's different because, Herbert is, responsible for the passing yards. But, yeah, so Chargers were 10th in passing yards. Raiders are 22nd. Rushing yards, both these teams don't run the football well. Chargers are 26th. Raiders are 32nd. And points per game, Chargers are 16th. Raiders are 28th. And on the defensive side of the ball, the Raiders are actually 10th against the pass. The Chargers are 32nd. Rushing yards per game, or against the run, Chargers are 16th. Raiders are 25th. And then points allowed, the Raiders are 9th. And the Chargers are 17th. So, yeah, for the injury report for both of these teams, if I can just go back to it really quickly here. So, yeah, like I said, so Josh Jacobs, his status is in doubt. So Keenan Allen's been ruled out with a heel injury. You got Bailey, one of their tackles, he's on injured reserve. Joey Bosa's on injured reserve. Corey Linsley, we'll see if he plays. Parham, their tight end, he was limited on Wednesday, so he's questionable for the game tonight. On the Raiders side, Devontae Adams, like I said, he's expected to play. I just looked that up. Mason Crosby. Max Crosby, he didn't practice. He's questionable for the game. But, yeah, it looks like Jacobs might be out this week. But, yeah, Max Crosby's out for the Raiders. That's, another big loss there. Yeah, so right now, I had the Raiders, but I was kind of, because, if Jacobs doesn't play, that kind of hurts their running game. I don't know what Zamir White and, Amir Abdullah are going to do. Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers, you're just going to have to rely on them, and Hunter Renfrow. We actually made some plays, against the Vikings the other day, even though he fumbled in the game. I might honestly go with the points in this game. I might take the Chargers because, the Raiders, they're at home. And it's tough. It's tough because, I don't know how Easton Stick is going to play. And now you got no Keenan Allen. I think Joshua Palmer is going to come back for this game, so that's good. Some of these other guys are going to have to step up, like him, like Quinn Johnston, Jalen Guyton. But, they still got Eckler, so they can rely on Eckler in this game. Eckler's going to get a lot of, he's going to be involved a lot in the passing game. So I definitely, take the under. Well, 34.5 is definitely very low. And I know, like, when, the under last week, I was like, yeah, take the under. This game's going to be like 16-10, and it ended up being 21-18. The over ended up hitting at halftime of that game last week. So, and the other thing, too, is I might have to go against the grain, because there's not a lot of weeks left. But, you don't want to go too much against the grain because then, like I said, you're going to find yourself, plummeting in the standings, by spread pool. So, Yeah, I think now with Jacobs being out, I mean that's you know that probably was a big part of their game plan is to run the football effectively. I don't know. I mean I don't know what Zamir White again. I don't know what Zamir White and Amir Abdullah are going to do, but I mean it just stinks for the Chargers. I mean now having Herbert getting hurt. I mean the Chargers have had a bad season, and Brandon Staley, he needs to be gone. Like you just have to. I mean the playoff loss last year to now the season that they've been having, they didn't get off to the best start, and they've lost a lot of close games, of course, as they usually do. Because that's just the Chargers as a franchise in general. This game might not be this game's not going to be a lot of fun. So might have to pick. I might take the Chargers with the 3 points. Because I mean, listen, the Raiders, they lost 3-0 to the Vikings at home. I mean, the Vikings defense is definitely better than the Chargers defense. Chargers defense is one of the worst defenses in the league, and with Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa's hurt and Derwin James and these guys, you really how is this defense that bad? But that's why if you're bringing a guy like Bill Belichick next year to fix the defense. And actually, a quick thing on that. So it's not official that they're parting ways, but it just seems like that's the direction they're going into. Because the way it was made out to be, that this was a foregone conclusion that Belichick and the Patriots are going to split. Because I know that was a topic that I, discussed yesterday, but I guess he's still. There's still not an official decision to be made yet. I mean, I think it's still most likely that he's gone. But we'll see. But I think going to the Chargers, that would be great. I mean, you help fix the defense. I mean, next year you get Herbert back, get Mike Williams back. I mean, you hope Quinn Johnson maybe develops into the receiver that they were hoping to get. Because this team could be good. This team has a lot of talent. And, you fix the defense. I mean, this team definitely is going to be a contender next year with the talent that it has. It should be a contender. But you got to get the right head coach. And I think Bill Belichick stepping in with what they have on offense and to fix that defense, I mean, I think that would be something that the Chargers should consider if it's on the table, But we'll see. But because again, like I talked about it yesterday, then you would have a division with Sean Payton, Andy Reid, and now Bill Belichick, and whoever the Raiders decide to bring in, which we'll see. Maybe they get John Gruden back in there because there were rumors about that. I mean, that would just be. I mean, you get Belichick and Gruden in there with Sean Payton and Andy Reid. That would just be. I mean, that would be insane with all those head coaches. But so the final score of this game. Let's see what with this game here. I don't really know. I mean, this game's going to be a low-scoring game. I mean, I think I'm going to say, I don't know. Oh, it was 21-18 last week. It's not going to be that again. I'm going to say it's going to be like 19-17, maybe. Raiders win, a low-scoring game. Chargers cover, something like that. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I guess because Easton Stick kind of got thrown into the fire with Herbert getting hurt, so maybe, I mean, again, short week, but you got some days to prepare. Both these teams are going to struggle. I mean, listen, Chargers don't have Keenan Allen. Raiders don't have Josh Jacobs. I mean, listen, the Raiders still got Devontae Adams. Get him the ball. But then you could also look on the other side. Chargers still have Austin Eckler, so get him the ball. So really tonight is rely on your playmakers. Seriously. I mean, I don't really know what else to say with this game. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be a fun game to watch, but you know what? Listen, fantasy playoffs are starting. Obviously still got my spread pool. So I'm trying to get myself in a good position, maybe win a week. Because I mean, I got people joining my spread pool for the first time, and they're winning weeks like it's nothing. I've been doing these spread pools for years, and I still cannot win a week. So I'm hoping maybe this is the week. Probably not. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything else to say about this game. I mean, both these teams are not going anywhere. Raiders need a quarterback. Chargers, their quarterback just got hurt. So, hey, maybe we'll see Garoppolo tonight. Who knows? Maybe if AidenO'Connell continues to struggle, they put him back in. It's possible. Definitely possible. But, yeah, I mean, to lose 3-0, I mean, come on. I don't know. What a game that was. I mean, I wasn't like locked into that game. I mean, you had other games going on that were more exciting, like the Bills and the Chiefs, and the Niners and the Seahawks in the beginning was close. But yeah, I mean, that game was just, I mean, it was unbelievable. 3-0. But so how the rest of the week is how tomorrow's gonna work. So, there'll be another episode of the GSMC baseball podcast that'll come out. So that actually will be at 9 a.m. Eastern time. So make sure to tune in for that early morning show. So that'll be from 9 to 10, and then this will be from 10:30 to 11:30 Eastern time. Baseball, we got some stuff to talk about. Of course, Ohtani signing with the Dodgers, so we'll get into that. So we got the doubleheader tomorrow. So, but it's going to be earlier than it usually is. So if you need something to watch, to listen to, this is the place to be. So, so that'll be tomorrow. We're wrapping up here in a couple of minutes. Obviously, working to get yesterday's show reposted again. Also, if you want to listen to the shows, they're on wherever you get your podcasts. Spotify, Apple Music, those platforms. The football shows are now up, so if you search up, GSMC football podcast or GSMC baseball podcast, you'll see them on, Spotify, and again, like wherever you get your podcast, they should be on there. And yeah, like I said, there's gonna be a lot of changes in the coming weeks. You're gonna see a lot more shows with some new hosts, new faces to get more familiar with. So it's really exciting what we got going on here at the GSMC Sports Network. And I'll be making appearances on other shows as well. It's an exciting time. So I'm excited for what's ahead. But that's why we kind of had the reshuffling of the show times, because we're trying to figure out how to squeeze everybody in with no conflicts. And obviously you want to have there's like a half-hour gap in between each show, because you want to make sure the next person has the enough time to set up, because only one person can stream at a time, with how we're doing it. So but yeah, I mean, it's an exciting time here at the GSMC Sports Network. So like I said, some changes will be coming in the coming weeks. We'll be getting more shows out, more content for you guys, so make sure to look out for that. So with that is all the time that we have for today. I thank you guys for watching. As always, I'm your host, Kenneth Gruenfelder, signing off from the GSMC Football Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Have a good night, day. Enjoy the game tonight if you watch it. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the doubleheader. Both the GSMC Baseball and Football Podcast doubleheader tomorrow. So I'll see you then, and take care.